Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Compliance Corner with John Hanson. My name is Cole Finley, and I am here with my very good friend, John Hanson. John, you're looking so dashing today. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I am fantastic, my friend. Okay, so today's topic, we're going to be getting a little bit into a couple things into the buyer agency agreement. So I'm going to roll right over to that, and you can take it away, John.
Okay, well, not to be insulting, but probably 90% of the agents are not using our Form 41A, the buyer agency agreement, correctly. And so as I was reviewing contracts yesterday and reviewing the buyer agency agreements, I mean, some of them are being done right, but by far the majority of them are done incorrectly. And so the most incorrect thing being done that I wanted to address today is that in the paragraph 4 of that Form 41A, the buyer's agency agreement, it's a compensation paragraph, and you put in a percentage, 3%, and it says the buyer shall pay the firm compensation as follows, 3%. And so everyone freaks out. So the agents freak out, the buyer freaks out, and they say, what? You said the seller was paying it. So then what they go and do, Cole, is the agents go and they say almost exactly what is said in paragraph 4A. So in paragraph 4A, it goes on to explain how the MLS works and how when they buy a property listed in the MLS, the seller has pre-agreed that they're going to pay the compensation. So the reason it says the buyer shall pay firm compensation, and we have to be able to explain this to them, unless you like copying what's already in 4A and putting that in the blank here. I guess you could do that and have it there twice if you really like that. But all you have to do is explain that with contract law, for a contract to be valid, one of the main components of a valid contract is that there be consideration given by both parties in the contract. And so unless the buyer is agreeing to pay the firm that compensation, it's not a contract. And it would be completely unenforceable. Therefore, to make it a contract and to make it an enforceable contract, we must put in the buyer's paying the compensation. Now, legal terms have been used in 4A to explain and make it clear that the buyer will not be paying the compensation when they buy a property listed in our MLS where the seller has pre-agreed to pay the commission. So we just, I think, need to do a better job of explaining 4A, maybe read it ourselves once or twice so that we can explain it to the buyer. And then when we are able to do that, the buyer should understand that for that contract to exist between us, there must be consideration. Because Cole and I, we can't sit here and make an agreement that you, whoever's watching this, that you are going to have to pay money to us, of course, because you're not part of that contract, right? So only Cole and I are, so I can only obligate her. Okay, so we can't put in words in here that say seller to pay compensation.
That is brilliant. That is brilliant. You know, that there's the old joke in real estate that says there's two people that never read contracts. It's the client and the agent.
I like that one.
Yeah. So the more and more that we really understand our contracts, and especially buyer agency, because here's the thing, I hope everybody, when you've got a buyer, you're using a buyer's agency agreement. So John, thank you so much for bringing these great things up to us every single week. It is always so important. And this is a great one because you know what, it's interesting. I know a lot of people who've actually done that where they rewrote this language right in this blank. So thanks so much for the clarification on that part of the 41A. All right, my friend, I hope you have a phenomenal rest of your week, and everybody, you have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.